Thank you for another Ask Me Anything question. How many calls should my outbound BDRs be making per day? The short answer is 15 to 80 calls per hour of calling. And there's a lot of caveats built into that very wide range. The amount of calls that your BDRs can make per hour, which is the unit I'm going to use because some BDRs have responsibility to call all day. Some BDRs have responsibility to call 1 or 2 hours a day. So if you can do the math of calls per hour and the amount of hours that you expect your BDRs to be calling, that's how you arrive to your magic number there. And there's no one hard and fast rule. I'm going to speak to outbound campaigns that are specifically scaled outbound. So not hyper personalized, just calling through a list of cold or warm leads, but making steady progress through that list. Your calls per hour are going to be heavily impacted by your connect rate. If your BDRs are connecting with a lot of people that they're calling, that's a good thing, but that is going to drop their dials per hour because they're going to have significantly more talk time during the hour, and that's great. That's a great metric to be shooting for. If you're not getting a lot of connects, your dials per hour will actually go up, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you're talking to the people that you want to talk to. The next thing that's going to affect your dials per hour is, of course, your talk time. If you're having longer conversations, that could be good or bad. Really depends on what the objective is with those phone calls. But that's, of course, going to drive down your dials per hour. And then the biggest impact we've seen on dials per hour is going to be what technologies you're using to dial. We expect most teams of good process, good outbound process on a standard technology stack to reach about 20 dials per hour for an outbound scaled BDR. That's not with a hefty amount of pre-call research. But when you start to bring in other dialing systems, such as team dialing or parallel dialing, that's when you start to see that number double or triple to a significantly higher dials per hour, which ideally should lead to more conversations per hour if you're using a parallel dialer or a team dialer. If you have any more questions about parallel dialers or team dialers, happy to answer any of those questions. But I appreciate the question of how many calls should my BDRs be making every day. Aim for about 20 per hour on a standard tech stack, and just roll that up to however many hours per day you expect your BDRs to be calling. That's your target. Thanks, y'all.